Australia is still well behind other countries when it comes to organ donation. There has been a small improvement, but new data puts us at 21st place in the world. And that's despite high levels of public support for the practice. Share Life Australia compiled the numbers. BrianMyerson is its founder and director, and he joins me now in the studio. So, Brian, why aren't these figures better?
Roz, it's a very difficult question. Very simply, the leading countries have put in place a system whereby they identify every potential donor in the hospital, and then they make sure that as many as possible of those potential donors throughout the whole hospital are cared for in a way that they can become actual donors, and at the same time they're working with the families so that the families, when eventually they get to the stage of consenting, actually do consent. So there's the two issues that have to be dealt with in hospitals. And our concern is, looking at the data from all the different hospitals, that is not being carried out on a consistent basis throughout all the hospitals.
Let's take a closer look then at how we actually measure up against other countries. Well ahead is Croatia, but we're also behind countries like Brazil and Latvia, and that's a massive gap for Croatia.
Yes.
Why is it that they are doing so well? And other countries like Brazil and Latvia, we can see they're ahead of us.
Well, again, the evidence is that those countries have started to implement the system within the hospitals. That is, the leading countries, which is Spain, essentially Spain, that has pioneered the whole system, is running the system, and now that is spreading out through a number of countries around the world.
So we have enough organ donors on paper to meet the needs, do we? It's just that they're not getting organs.
We'll never meet the needs,
yeah.
And that's the sad, tragic thing about it. We'll never meet the needs, but where we are now, we're doing around 1,000 donors a year, and we should be able to double that to over 2,000 a year. And that really, number of transplants. We're doing 1,000 transplants a year, and we should be able to do 2,000 transplants every year if we were able to match what the other countries achieve, the leading countries.
So it's the case that there are patients who've sadly died in hospitals who would like their organs to be donated, but they're just not pinpointed, nor are their families given the support they need, briefly.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. And it's got very little, all the evidence seems to suggest it's got very little to do what families discuss at home, and all the media around blaming the families for not having these discussions. It's really what goes on in the hospitals.
BrianMyerson, thank you.
Thank you.